Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Imaginary Boys. I am one of the two hosts, Mr. Habanero. I have my secondary host, Mr. Lettuce, and this might be the first time in a while that we've done a proper opening. How are you doing, Mr. Lettuce?
I am doing fine.
It's good, man. It's good. You having a good week? You having a good time?
I had a really bad migraine yesterday.
Oh, those are the worst, dude. I mean,
it wasn't like this. This one was actually relatively mild compared to my last couple of ones.
Right.
But it happens, and it just kind of throws off my entire day.
Yeah, I get that. Is it like, do you get like the crippling kind where it's just like, I guess I'm just taking the next few hours and or day off?
Oh yeah, no, like it's one of those things. Yeah, no, I get the ones where, if if my body doesn't agree with its position,
Yeah,
if it feels like somebody's digging a red hot poker into the bridge of my nose.
Oh, that sounds awful, dude. That sounds awful.
This wasn't that bad, but it was limiting my ability to see clearly.
Oh wow, that sounds pretty bad. That sounds pretty bad.
One of the things I get when I get migraines is I get really bad blurry vision.
Right.
So and Tuesdays is typically my commute day. So I just took the day off.
Yeah.
And I commuted today. But yeah, I took the day off and shut off all my phones and stuff because otherwise people will call me.
Right.
Because, noise sensitivity sometimes is a thing. Wasn't this time. Light sensitivity is always a thing. So like I have to like wrap my head and try to avoid light as much as possible.
Yeah. God, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay.
That's no fun.
I got through it. Usually the day after feels really awkward. Because from where my face was like cramping, my face is cramping to try to counteract the pressure. So it feels like my face did like a ton of squats.
Your face did squats?
Yeah, it feels like my face did kind of, like if you've worked out and you haven't worked out in a while, you're sore as shit.
Yeah, of course.
My face feels like that after a migraine.
Okay, gotcha.
Like I just feel sore all over my head. And like my sinuses are typically really bad in the morning. I have to go through the routine to clear out all the drainage, the dried up drainage from the night. Not to like let everybody on the gross details of my morning routine.
That's hot.
That's pretty much it. So yeah, right. But I made it through.
All right. Well, this is going to be probably just a chill podcast. I'm actually, I've been taking it easy today. We are recording this on the 18th of May, which means that yesterday was my birthday. And I was very...
Actually, technically, no, we're not.
Well, it's still the 18th of May where I'm located, Mr.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Mountain Time.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you're in the Mountain Time zone. I'm in Central.
Right. But yeah, so yesterday was my birthday and I was more or less drunk all day long. So originally, like I got up super late today, like climbed out of bed, and I was feeling fine like in the beginning. So I was like, oh, like I'm feeling great. Like I'm gonna like, make myself some coffee and like have some food and and then I was like gonna play some games and blah blah blah. And I played some games today and it was like in the afternoon and I was like, oh no. So like it was kind of, so like I don't get like normal hangovers or anything like that. Um but like I get really, like I get head fog. Like I get really intense head fog after a drinking binge. So I'm not like a pukey person, or I don't get headaches or anything like that. But what happens is I kind of go into this state where like my brain is just so foggy that I can't like think or concentrate on anything like whatsoever. And it's not like I said, it's not like a headache. It's not like it's painful. I'm not puking. I'm not super sick or anything like that. But it's just like after a really intense drinking binge, I get into this like mental state where like my brain just can't process anything at all, like whatsoever. I'm literally like a babbling, drooling idiot for like hours on end. So like I felt fine when I got up this morning, but then the afternoon kicked in and I was just like, oh no, like my brain is so stupid right now. So I had to like take a really long nap in the middle of the afternoon, and I was just basically vegetating on my couch for the majority of the day. Um so I couldn't even play video games. It was pretty bad cuz like I was just like sitting in front of my game doing nothing, like not making any movements or make at just like when you turn on a game and you're just sitting in front of it and you don't do anything in the game, and luckily you're playing a game that doesn't require immediate response, but like you're also just not playing it. That's where I was kind of at. And I was just kind of like, okay, I have to turn this off and I have to like go lay down. um so that's kind of what that was. And I did have to deal with some stuff though. Like I had to call my dad. I had some important stuff. I've been very busy these last few weeks, and there's a lot of stuff going on in my life at the moment that I can't super talk about, but eventually maybe when it all smooths out, I'll be able to chat with people about it. But there's a lot of important stuff going on in my life. It's been really intense. So I was on the phone with my father today for a little while to talk about some of that stuff. I had got on the phone to say happy birth. Well, not happy birthday to my friend. My friend wanted to say happy birthday to me. So I was on the phone with him today. And if you're listening, hi. Love you. Thank you for calling me on my birthday. And I also, oh god, and I also had to get on the phone with my tax guy because we've been even though it's way past tax season and all of this should be done, there's been a lot of not so wonderful tax stuff going on with me right now that is almost completely done and over with. But I had to get on the phone with my tax guy, and it's when you're coming off of a drinking binge and you're recovering and your brain is in a fog, and then you have to get on the phone with a tax guy. That ain't a good time. So I told him, I was like, hey, like yesterday was my birthday. Sorry if I sound like an idiot. And he's like, no, it's okay. So that all worked out because my tax guy is amazing. And yeah, that's kind of been my day today. Just kind of trying to recover from all of the birthday madness that I went through yesterday, which was nuts, super duper nuts. My birthday was great, by the way. Had a wonderful time, and got very drunk, ate a lot of good food, tipped some very attractive ladies a lot of money, mostly bartenders, like very attractive lady bartenders, made a lot of money off of me yesterday. So it's been a good time.
So what did you eat? What was your birthday meal to yourself?
So I went to a very fancy microbrewery burger place. And I mean, it wasn't my first pick. Originally, what I wanted to do was I wanted to go to a Thai restaurant and get curry. However, literally there's 3 Thai restaurants that serve curry in my area, and all 3 of them were not like all 3 of like basically one of them apparently stopped existing, so I couldn't go to that one. One of them was closed, and the third one I got into their place and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're not serving curry today." And I was like, "Oh, okay.
The
Bye."
the your Thai place. What do you do? Like, oh, we don't serve curry on Tuesdays. Get wrecked, nerd.
So the particular restaurant that I went to that was like, we're not serving curry, their whole situation is they make a certain amount of curry like each day, and they take reservations and orders for their curry the day before or the morning during. So like basically they're like, we have a set amount of curry that we make, and then like we take reservations on it, like, and to go orders and morning orders to serve at lunch, and then like after that certain time limit it's basically all gone. And if you come in at the appropriate lunch hour and order curry, you're bruh. So go to hell. So I walked into the restaurant not knowing that, and I was like, "Hey, like I'm here to order." Like they were like, "Oh yeah, like what would you like to order?" And like they have like a bunch of other Thai dishes and stuff like that. And I was like, "Oh, I came here to order some curry. Like I was hoping to get some red curry." Or like,
Man, I want some pad Thai now.
I have not had pad Thai in a long time. That sounds pretty good. But I basically was like, "Oh, I'd like to order curry," and they're like, "We don't have any curry. It's all gone. We don't have any." And I was like, "Oh, are you not going to make anymore?" And they're like, "We have a very specific system. Let me proceed to explain it to you." And that's basically what I just explained. So yeah, no curry for me. So all the chances I had to have curry were all gone. And it was really funny because I literally like walked out of that restaurant, and like the microbrewery restaurant was literally right across the street. And I'm like, fine, bruh, fuck you guys. I'm going to the burger place. Like, so the burger place I went to is actually like a genuinely fancy burger restaurant. Like they make really fancy burgers and stuff like that.
Yeah, we got a few places like that.
Yeah. And they make like their own home. They're literally a microbrewery. They make their own beers, and they're actually like famous for a very specific beer that they make there, which is my personal favorite beer to get. So I went over there. I ordered myself. They call it a goat horn burger, and it's delicious. And the reason why it's called a goat horn burger is because, oh god, my mouth is watering just thinking about it. They use a special kind of pickled pepper called the goat horn pepper, and it's very spicy. And they pickle it, and and that's basically like they make this special burger where they put it on a brioche bun, and they grill the brioche bun. They like grill the burger to perfection. They put pickled goat horn peppers all over it, and then they melt like a slice of Munster cheese over the top of the burger. And then it's got your stereotypical pickles, lettuce, tomatoes. And then they also put a special chipotle. It's a chipotle garlic. What is the word? It's at the tip of my tongue. It's oh god. Like there's like a chunky kind of like garlicky sauce that they sometimes put on pasta. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it right now, but they put that on there too. And they like it's like mixed with chipotle sauce. And it's so good. It's like basically my favorite burger to get there, and they always have it on the menu all the time. And I got that, and they also make like a spicy crispy waffle cut fries, and they cover them in what is it? They cover them in like a cheese, and I can't remember. It's like it's not blue cheese, but it's like a chunky cheese, like blue cheese. I just can't think of the name of it. But it's very, very good. And they season them and put that special cheese on the fries, and then they serve like I always
Feta?
order. Huh?
Feta cheese?
No, it's not feta. But you're
Okay.
close. It's like that family. I just can't think of the name of it.
Okay.
I'd say it's more close to blue cheese than feta. But it's not actually blue cheese. It's something else. The names are not coming to my brain right now. I'm still dealing with some brain fog. But yeah, it's very delicious, and I always order it with a side of. They do like a very special, like pickled jalapeno, spicy barbecue sauce, and it is hot and sweet and barbecuey and delicious. And I dip my fries in that, and it's so gorgonzola cheese. They put gorgonzola cheese all over the fries. That's what it is.
That one. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's gorgonzola. Can't remember the name of the sauce though. But yeah, so and then they served it to me with like a delicious beer that they call the NoHo, which is like kind of like the beer that they're the most famous for, and it is such a good beer. It has a very high alcohol content. It's like I think it's like 11.5% alcohol by volume as a beer. So it's really intense. And I basically ordered like 3 of those with my meal. So I had 3 of those beers, and as you know, I'm a lightweight, so I was very drunk. And yeah, that's kind of what that was all about. It was a good time. It was a very good time.
Sounds like you had a pretty good time.
Yeah, man. I was wandering around town by myself, drunk out of my mind. And then I actually went to another bar later and had 3 more beers exactly like that. So,
Cool.
yeah, I was a drunk crazy person yesterday. It was a lot, and I was all by myself, and that's okay. That's okay.
Aww. Poor guy.
Yeah, I was actually at the bar having beer, and I met a really nice person that I was chatting with who was just very kind. He ended up buying me a beer, which was really nice because I told him it was my birthday. And I was chatting with the guy, and he was like, "Oh, it's your birthday! Like, that's cool!" And like he looks around because I'm like sitting at the bar, and he was like sitting one stool away from me, and he's like, "So, where are your friends?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't have any friends." And he's just like, "Oh, that's okay, man. I don't have friends either." So me and this guy ended up like basically getting drunk together at the bar, and I essentially made a brand new friend. Which I actually have his contact information too. So I did actually make friends with somebody in the process. But yeah. So yeah, that was my very, very fun, just a little slightly depressing, but still more fun than depressing birthday. I genuinely had a really good time. Like dead serious. I got very drunk. I also got mail from Lettuce, and I picked that up, even though it was like, a month late. So, I mean, it was, I had a really good birthday, like in all honesty, in more ways than I can truly explain, because there's also a bunch of stuff that happened on my birthday that, I can't really talk about. But I had a genuinely great birthday. I really, really did. And I would even say it's probably the best one I've had in like years. So even though I wasn't out with a bunch of friends, it was a spectacular birthday. Like it really, really was. So, and I also want to take one moment real quick to say for all the people who all the beautiful, wonderful people who went way out of their way to contact me on Twitter and Facebook and on the Discord server to wish me a happy birthday. Thank you guys so much. Like that like every time I read one of those birthday wishes from you guys, that genuinely made my day. That made me really happy. So I may not have any real life friends, but the ones that I have digitally, I would not give them up for the world. So you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. So there you go.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Love you, lettuce.
I know you do.
Yeah, I do. I do. Oh, so yeah, I had a great birthday. So
Well,
I'm
that's
really,
good.
yeah, I'm really happy. But yeah, I do know that you're obsessed with Corekeeper right now. Do you want to talk about Corekeeper a little bit?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's going to be a lot of me giving you crap for
Yeah, I
getting me
know.
for getting me addicted to this crap.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I got
Uh,
you hooked on it, and now I'm just like, come on back, even though I'm not a part of it.
I mean, first of all, I wanted to shout out my
Mm-hmm.
soon-to-be stepdaughter. She graduated middle school Monday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait, I thought didn't you do that like in the last podcast? I thought you did.
I
Did
said
you?
it was coming. I don't believe I did.
Oh, okay. You said it was coming up soon or something. Maybe
Yeah, it
that's
was
what I'm
like
remembering.
it was something. I mean, Courtney was talking about it, but it happened Monday. She graduated middle school,
Well, congrats, man. That's awesome.
had her middle school prom. She had a cute little dress and whatnot.
Very cute. Very cute.
Yep. But yeah, no, Corekeeper. They released a pretty considerable patch last week,
Mm-hmm.
adding a lot of convenient things for like quality of life.
Yeah.
That made a lot of the stuff that like a lot of the tedium stuff a little bit better. Like gardening.
Mm-hmm.
Gardening is way easier now that you can plow 9 squares at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, you were telling me about how gardening is the most amazing thing ever today.
Yeah. Yeah, you can plow 9 squares at a time and water 4. And uh we'll be getting the 9 water can hopefully with the June update.
Mm-hmm.
They also previewed the June update. They'll probably preview it more in June before it releases. But we're finally getting the 5th biome.
Right. Yeah, you were telling me about that. That sounds exciting, says the guy who hasn't explored the fourth biome.
Yes, it's the guy who hasn't even touched the 4th biome yet.
Come on, man.
I
I'll get back into it, man. Come on.
I watch you, solo the one boss and then come in once the network issues get settled up and
Yep.
help you kill the third boss.
Yep.
And then you're like, yeah, I will just stop here, and then maybe we'll stream again and do the other zone, which you haven't had time to do that, so that's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
But me, I get on my game, solo both the bosses because apparently I'm over leveled at this point.
Yeah, Lettuce is a beast. He's a beast.
And then I get into the 4th biome just to see what's up.
Yep.
And there's a lot of stuff that's up.
Yeah, you've been telling me about the mold stuff, which I thought was like really intimidating. Like you're like, oh yeah.
The mold dungeons are a slog.
Yeah. It sounds like it every time you tell me about it. I'm just like, ooh, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
I'll have to show you what you have to go through.
Yeah.
To clear through them. Because on the mold ground, the mold turf is what spawns the enemies.
Right.
And it spawns them really fast.
Hold on. I think. Wait a minute. What the hell? Hold on. Lettuce. I
What?
think so. Hold on. This might be really important. I know this is random and out of nowhere, but I think somebody sent me a booby picture. I'm dead serious. I think somebody that I've never met and I don't know, and it might be spam. Like my phone just now vibrated, and I was like, "What the hell? Who's texting me right now?" I look over at my phone, and I think some random person just sent me like booby pictures. I'm dead.
I
I'm
get
dead serious.
I get those all the time. Porn bots, they be wild. You
Okay.
did they're texting people out of the blue now.
Really? Is that like a new thing?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so enjoy the occasional SMS titty.
Robot boobies. Let's go.
You might even get some SMS pussy.
That'd be interesting. I was thinking
Some of
about
that
like,
tub pussy.
well, I mean, I saw like like a random number pop up, and I was like, oh, I better text them and let them know that they've got the wrong phone number. And then, like, right when I looked at it, it's like, oh, that's a pair of titties. Interesting. All
Yep.
right, you have my attention. I will now officially. This is all of a sudden happening, and I will bring this up in the podcast because I was originally going to ignore it and just silently text, "You have the wrong number." But the moment that I see boobies, I'm like, "Well, I'm on the podcast. I might as well say something." So,
Well, congratulations. You got some free boobies.
sweet, thank you, robot boobies. I appreciate you, man. The future is a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
God,
you didn't even have to go to www.theinternet.com.
I know, right? It's like, I didn't even have to type the word boob into Google and it
Yeah.
just it's like Google is now typing the word boob to me. It's great.
Yeah, no. Yeah. No. Yo, dog, I heard you like boobies, so we put boobies in your boobies so you can boob while you boob.
Dude, yeah, it's all about that boobception, dude. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Um
I bet you that was Pink who texted you some boobs.
I don't think Pink has my phone number. Don't think Pink has my phone number, man. Or are you talking about the whole like he said he's gonna grow boobies? Is that
Yeah.
like that was an amazing tweet. I had to like respond to that. I don't know if you've been noticing, but like he's been posting some great tweets lately. I've been like responding to a lot of them. He's
Yeah,
been
no,
like
like he's kind of gotten out of his own head and he's just like, I'm just gonna, shit
yeah.
post because that's what you do on Twitter.
Yeah. I'm actually like within this last like these last couple of weeks of following Pink Peacock's tweets, I'm starting to realize why he has such a big following. He posts some fire tweets. Like he really does. Like I've been enjoying his tweets lately. So like when I saw
Yeah.
that tweet today where he's like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about growing a pair of tits." And I'm like, "Dude, you should." Like, I was like, please do. We'd appreciate it.
I mean, I enjoy my titties.
Man, I wish I had boobies. Like, I wish I had like sexy boobies. That'd be amazing. It'd be good. Might actually, might actually be able to. My my modeling career starts the moment that I grow boobies. What do you think? You think I could pull it off, Lettuce?
Well, at least your chest would no longer be concave.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you know about that. It's been a while since I've talked about that.
Yeah,
Wow.
your chest would no longer be concave.
Did I ever
It
tell
might
you that? Oh, go
it
ahead.
might actually be slightly convex.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
possible.
you still don't have an ass, so I don't know if you can model.
Oh man, I want to grow an ass. I really do. Did I ever tell you the story about like when like basically I went to a party a long time ago. This was like back when I was like in college, and there like my concave chest. I basically was forced by a few ladies to lay flat on a table with my bare chest out, and they basically mixed a cocktail in my chest and then slurped it out of my chest.
That's embarrassing.
No, it was kind of hot. It was actually kind of hot. They were licking my chest and everything, and there were photos for a while too. I don't think those photos exist anymore, thank God. But
I mean, I'd rather just eat sushi out of a hooker's ass crack, but you know.
Someday I want to do that. Like I've actually talked about like trying to go to Japan for vacation or something. I would love to eat sushi off of like a naked
off of
Japanese woman.
off of just get some geisha sushi.
Yeah, man. Dude, someday in the future when we're rich and famous, you and me are going to do that, okay? We're going to do that together.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a promise. You heard it right here live on the podcast. It's going to happen.
We'll live stream it.
We'll live stream us eating sushi off of a geisha's ass.
we'll host a podcast.
Yeah, man. Let's go.
This naked Japanese woman covered in sushi.
Oh man.
And we're just talking, eating sushi, and just hanging out.
Yeah, let's go. Well, I mean, by that point we'll be like rich and famous, so we'll have like an actual like we'll have like a little a set piece, you know? Like we'll have like fancy lighting and a set piece, and we'll have like those we'll have like those specialized microphones like hanging down from the ceiling like right in front of our faces.
Yeah,
with,
like good quality XLR microphones.
Yeah, pop filters,
all that fun stuff.
Yeah, man. We'll be there. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Yeah. Specifically, the geisha's ass part. That'll be the hook, line, and sinker at that point. Oh, life is so good, dude. Oh man. But yeah, ladies drink a cocktail out of my chest one time, and that was a lot of fun. Those ladies were very, very drunk. One of them used to be a good friend of mine at that time. Don't speak to her anymore. I think she follows me on Facebook, though. I think. Not sure. I'd have to double check on that. She's a fun girl, though. Good times, man. Good times.
Sounds like it. Sounds like it. Mm-hmm. But anyway, Corekeeper.
Yeah, Corekeeper. Sorry, I got distracted with the robot boobies on my phone, and we went in a whole different direction.
I was like, where? How did we end up with geishas?
Yeah, it was robot boobies. I'm sorry. I couldn't pass up like informing you that I was sent robot boobies. It seemed important at the time. You know, it's kind of like a news flash. You know.
I understand. I understand completely. Yeah. So that works. I was like, how the hell do we get like tangent? Sure, but how the hell? Oh no, then I just remembered. I was like, oh yeah, no, that's what happened. You just straight up was like, blah.
Yeah, newsflash: robot boobies must talk. Please discuss. Please discuss in the comments down below. Are you interested in robot boobies? Go ahead, Corekeeper. Let's go.
Corekeeper. I've been having fun.
Yeah.
I've got way too many resources.
Sure.
I'm gonna have to probably rearrange my basic. I'm gonna have to like redo my base storage again.
Yeah, I assume so. Like, are you primarily using like the double chests, or are you just constantly crafting like the single chests?
Oh, like I have double chests for the important things.
Yeah.
But like there's definitely going to have to be like single chest overflows.
Right.
I've been farming Glurch for his chest.
Yeah, dude. Dude, those boss monster double chests are amazing.
I haven't gotten a single rare drop from him and since the first one. And I could care less. I'm like, I just want. It's like I'm summoning you. I'm gonna take your chest. I'm gonna take your chest.
That's hot. It's kind of hot.
You drop like 50 slime. That's fine. I need slime. So like my server, like I've contemplated. I have a dedicated server, and within the next week or two, this is discussion that I was going to have in your Discord with the other players.
Sure.
Was opening up a server.
Sorry to interrupt. I was just going to ask, do we have like enough people? Like, do we actually have enough people to like have like 3 or 4 people on a server or something yet?
I mean, you have MIU DLG.
That's true. I do know that DLG is definitely a part of it for sure.
Yeah, we have MIU DLG.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, Cinder Shadow has the game. He's not playing it, and he'll never play it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, Cinder, I know that you don't listen to our podcast, but you pretend to listen to our podcast. You're never going to play Corekeeper. I'm just going to tell you right now, we know that you're never going to play Corekeeper. And that's okay, buddy. We love you anyways.
Because you're a big pussy.
Yeah, good thing he doesn't listen to the podcast. We'll be fine. Just like Maz doesn't listen to the podcast. Yeah, Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Cinder Shadow and Maz sitting in a tree.
That's hot. That's kind of hot. I'd ship the two of them together. And we can do that because they don't listen to the podcast.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're right.
Maz with her blood fetish.
Dude, that shit. I learned what rainbow kisses is, and that shit's traumatic, yo. I'm not cool with it.
No, it's... Yeah, I learned what it actually is, and I was like, well, that's not what I heard the first time, but that's gross.
I still don't... I mean, you know, like, to each their own. Like, that's not my thing, you know, and that's fine. Like, it's fine if that's your thing, I guess. Like, if you, for some reason, like, drinking blood, then sure. Like, whatever, you live your best life, please don't kill people. But I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't understand why they call it rainbow kisses. I don't like, there's nothing rainbow about that. There's one color. There is one color involved in all that. I don't understand why they imply rainbow. I don't know who started that. Like, I don't know why that's a thing. Just call it, why don't you just call it like blood kisses? Just call it blood kisses, or like red kisses, or crimson kisses, or kisses that are dignified to blood. How does a rainbow come into that? I don't understand that. I don't know how that happened. Somebody who came up with that slang needs to be slapped around a little bit. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah. That's
yeah. But yeah, the Maz and Cinder Shadow, who don't listen to the podcast, Maz about the rainbow kisses, and Cinder Shadow, who will never play Corekeeper. Yeah.
I mean, if you consider white a color, then there's 2 colors, but definitely not a rainbow.
That made my stomach turn. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. That made my stomach turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a dick.
Oh God, man, that
so anyway, back to Corekeeper.
Corekeeper, right? We're talking about Corekeeper, aren't we?
Yeah,
that's a subject that we keep talking about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think another person said that they were interested.
Oh, that's good.
I can't remember who it was on the server. I think it might have been Scorpiogeist.
It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible Scorpiogeist said he was interested because he just wanted a game to play with other people.
Yeah. That's kind of what it's all about anyways. That's what makes Corekeeper fun. Yeah. Playing it with
But what I was thinking about, because I could move items from one game to another.
Uh-huh.
Because, you could just take you got your character list and then your world list. And if you're if you joined somebody else's server, you're on their world, whatever. So like I was thinking of like resummoning all the bosses, grabbing their because I have so many Gulch's eyes at this point, it's not funny.
That's the thing, the item that summons him, right?
Yeah, no. That's the thing that he drops. You drop into his effigy to open that up.
Right.
Like I could probably start farming the Hive Mother.
Okay. The gigantic butthole.
The gigantic prolapsed anus.
Yeah, she's great. She's great.
I could probably do that because I have because her room is still pretty much prepared for it.
Okay. All right.
As
Like
a
where
matter of
you
fact, I wonder if she falls to traps as well.
how would you do that though? Because like, isn't she only stays in one spot? Like she doesn't move around the map. She's just the
Right,
gigantic ground butthole, right?
right. But when you but when you farm Glurch, you farm him. Now, granted, when I showed it to you when I was there on the server, he survived because the bosses get a boost if there's multiple players. So he
Oh,
didn't.
right.
So he didn't instantly die to the spikes. So he got the jump once.
Oh, so are you saying that like because she's not like located there until you put the item where she's supposed to be located? So are you saying you would
Yeah,
surround the area with spikes
yeah.
and then
But
she would be spawned on top of it, and you think it's possible that the spikes would immediately start dealing damage to her, like when she's standing on top of them?
yeah, it could be like
Okay.
with Lurch where she, just gets wrecked.
Right. Huh. That's
I
interesting. I
sh-
don't know.
I should test out that theory.
I guess you now have something you're going to be doing tonight, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna test that shit. I'm gonna test that shit out. Why not?
Yeah, go for it, man. You never know. You never know. Never know.
Um, but yeah, so like I could start a server with all three effigies raised, and even like the and access to the fourth biome.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably won't do that because that would be unfair to the players who. Because what the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to play a new character
Oh
in the
yeah,
server.
because there's all the other classes and stuff like that.
Yeah, this would be a perfect opportunity to get like to main a second character.
What class do you think you want to try?
Uh, Probably Fisher at this point
Yeah.
because I did cook,
Mm-hmm.
and the first thing as a cook that I mastered was gardening.
Right. Dude, like, I gotta say, like, I don't think I've had the chance to really explain this yet, but in Corekeeper, the fishing minigame is like the best fishing minigame I've ever played in a game that has fishing in it. I actually genuinely enjoy fishing in Corekeeper. It's like my favorite thing to do in that game. Like dead serious. So like the
Yeah,
fish
it's not bad.
I like it a lot. Like I can just cuz like I like the idea cuz I mean the last few times that I got really into playing Corekeeper with you, Lettuce, was
Mm-hmm.
I was just getting drunk. Like I was just having like I would pour myself like a really strong drink. That was when I was on my Long Island iced tea binge for like a week or two.
Because you bought a bottle of Coke.
Yeah, yeah. And so like I would pour myself like a Long Island iced tea. I'd log on to Corekeeper and I'd be like playing with Lettuce. And I would just be like, time to get drunk and fish. And that's literally what I would do for like 4 hours straight is just drinking a Long Island iced tea and fishing. And it's fun. It's fun. Like I like it. I like just
Yeah,
sitting there and fishing. It's fun.
grinding it is not fun.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, like, well, but you know, when you're playing any kind of game and you're like, oh, I have
Right.
to grind because I need to do this thing. It's like, yeah, that sucks. That
However,
sucks.
one of the quality of life improvements
Uh huh.
that was in this last drop is they've tweaked the fishing the fishing a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right.
Kelp shows up a lot less frequently,
Okay.
and now you can get things like ore
Oh, really?
in your fishing. Yeah, you could get
That's interesting.
you could get like gold ore or iron ore.
Huh.
So you could get so you can get like you get crafting materials. They reverted back the item repair back to being based on what's called scrap parts,
Okay.
and it's something that a lot of enemies drop now. But it's also a fishable. But it's also a fishable item. So instead of getting like a bag full of kelp, that the only thing you can do is sell it for 1 coin.
Mm-hmm.
You can get crafting materials.
Ah, that seems pretty nice. That seems pretty
So it means grinding fishing is not such a waste of time if you're not, actively seeking out fishing spots and
Mm-hmm.
just, because you would just be just throwing your reel in wherever you sat, whereas I was like looking for fishing spots
Yeah.
because it's like, damn it, I don't want to fish, not fish.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of like like, I mean, I know that when you and me were doing a lot of fishing, like we were doing it a lot because we needed a very specific item. Like we were trying to make a very specific food using fish that were very rare. So
Yeah.
yes, we were technically on a grind, but I was doing it because I just liked it, which is why I didn't care about finding like fishing holes specifically. Like I would, like you said, like I would just sit in one spot and throw my line out over and over again. That's because I was having fun. Like I was just genuinely enjoying the whole process of doing the fishing mini game. Like I said, I was getting drunk. I was enjoying a very strong island, Long Island iced tea, and I was just fishing because that's like the best thing to do. Like it's something that is simplistic, it's fun, I can enjoy it. I don't have to concentrate too hard. I can just enjoy a strong drink and throw my line out and catch some rare fish here and there. So but
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, no, I've been having a lot of fun. If you listen to this podcast and want a game suggestion, I'm going to go ahead and suggest Corekeeper.
Yep. Yep.
It's basically as casual as Animal Crossing ever was, but it's got that Stardew Valley slash Terraria vibe where
Without the complex NPCs.
yeah, without the complex NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
Yet.
You think they're going to add some like really like, because when I think Stardew Valley, like Stardew Valley has really like the whole catch. Like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I should replay. I should go back to playing Stardew Valley. I was thinking about it a few times this last week. Um, like, I mean, obviously, there's the whole thing of like, oh, you have your farm, you want to like take care of your farm, you're repairing it, you're gathering supplies, blah blah blah. But like, one of the major things with Stardew Valley is the NPCs are so complex in that game. Like they're living lives, they have routines, they have particular opinions about certain things, Some of them are attracted to others and some of them are interested in you and some of them dislike you and you have to build reputations with them and like some of them work jobs, some of them don't work jobs, some of them are in certain areas at certain times of the day doing very specific things. Some of them like certain items over others, and they're pretty darn complex NPCs. And I kind of like, I think Stardew Valley is one of the few games where I feel like I see that so hardcore. I mean, I assume that you would probably argue that Animal Crossing is very similar, but I have no experience with Animal Crossing, so but I mean, Corekeeper doesn't really have that kind of thing. So are you saying that there's maybe an update where they're going to start having stuff like that?
I mean, it's in the realm of possibility that they could add something like that.
Right. Well, it's just you said it in a way a second ago that made it sound like that there's going to be like an update, or maybe you knew something. I mean, I know that you've got your
There's a
hand
very
on the pulse of this game, so
in their roadmap.
yeah.
NPCs were kind of a stretch goal.
That's interesting. Okay. So it feels like they're kind of like they're polishing the base game, but it sounds like they kind of want to like stretch out their capabilities. Like they want to expand, they want to try different things and stuff like that, which would be
Yeah.
kind of interesting. It'd be kind of interesting. Oh man, now I kind of want to play Stardew Valley. To be honest, I miss it a little bit. I didn't play it super much. I like it was hard for me to get super into it because I don't know. I don't know. I just like something about right now makes me feel like I want to play it. But when I was first playing it, I just had a hard time getting into it.
The UI really threw me off on Stardew Valley.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It is a little weird. Like, well, and also like one of the things that gave me a hard time with Stardew Valley specifically is like it really overwhelmed me because there's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of things happening constantly. Like, and you can't do it all. Like you just, and that's like the point of the game is you can't do everything in that game. You know, like at least not in a singular run. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
because I mentioned all the complexities with the NPCs, and it's like the whole thing about that game is you kind of select like a few specific NPCs that you really like, and then you just focus on those ones and kind of do whatever you can with those ones. But like knowing that there's so many things happening in a game like Stardew Valley, like all the time. Like, because sometimes, like, I would spend a whole day on the farm trying to clean stuff up and get it renovated, and it's like I can't do all of the renovation that I want to do in the amount of time that I have allotted to me. And also, while I'm busy like renovating the stuff on my little area, like that means that I'm losing precious time with the NPCs and like the town, and you know, I'm missing events and things like that. So like the game is literally like you have to juggle a lot of things and you have to kind of prioritize certain things over others. And for me in particular, that kind of stuff is really overwhelming and it gets really intimidating. And then like when I get to that point when I feel like it's overwhelming, it's just like, I don't want to play this because I feel like I'm missing things all the time. You know what I mean? So I can't admit it's a good game, but I just have a hard time playing it is all. Which makes me
Right.
worried about like the Chocolatier game that's going to be coming out because I'm worried that it's going to be like
It's
this
gonna be
great. Hmm?
yeah, like that. Like after finally playing Stardew Valley, like it kind of threw me off. Like the game looks like legit, like something that I want to play. Just
Yeah,
after playing Stardew Valley, I'm like, uh, maybe I'm gonna hold off on my excitement for that one.
exactly. Like, were you feeling the same way I did, which is like it's intimidating. Like Stardew Valley's intimidating because there's so
Yeah,
much. Yeah,
yeah.
like
Like Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley did like, like once I finally was able to wrap myself around the UI, which took way too long.
yeah,
And the intro part of Stardew Valley was kind of weird because of it.
yeah. Hmm.
But once the game kind of like once you get into the game kind of opens up to you. It it did the Witcher 3 thing.
I don't know what that is because I've never played a Witcher game before.
Okay, Witcher 3 is notorious for being an incredibly quest dense RPG.
Okay.
Like you walk into a town and your mini map just lights up with quest requests.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
every NPC has like 17 quests.
Hmm.
And then the town board has like 3 job requests, and you have so many options that you just get you get choice paralysis.
Yeah. See,
Witcher 3 did that. Witcher 3 did that to be hardcore and made it really impossible for me to enjoy the game.
yeah. See, I know exactly what you mean because like I get overwhelmed with stuff like that. Like, and then like like, and that's kind of like I said, what happened with me with Stardew Valley is because it was so overwhelming because there's so much happening constantly. And it's like, it just gets to a point of where it's so overwhelming and it's so intimidating that I just don't want to play it. Like, I mean, I want to be like, I mean, I like having choices and variety and openness and things like that. But like, I like feeling like that I'm not constantly missing something when I'm doing something. Like for example, like one of the examples I can think of is like with Skyrim, for example. Skyrim is a huge dense game with tons and tons and tons and tons of things to do. But the thing is that like you there's never a moment in time where you feel like that you're missing something because you're doing what you want. Like everything, like quests and activities and events don't trigger until you actually activate the beginning part of the quest, which
Yeah,
means you're going out of your way to begin something, and
yeah,
thus that starts a whole line of events to occur, but you're
yeah,
prepared for it and it's moving at your pace. But like with
Yeah.
stuff like Stardew Valley, like there's like, oh, there's like 30 or 40 things happening. And the moment that you choose one of them, like
15
20 of them
go
are
away.
gone. Yeah, 20 of them are
Yeah.
gone forever. And you can never do them ever again unless you restart the entire game.
And with Skyrim, like you're never notified
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that you're in like there's 20 things around you to do.
Yeah.
You're never notified. They present to you, they did a good job of presenting your quests and stuff like that organically through you playing the game.
Yeah, through progression.
Like,
exactly.
Like you progress through the game. You do natural RPG things by, if you see an NPC, strike up a conversation.
Exactly. Yeah. So
And
I mean, yeah, I do agree with you. I know what you mean.
only half the time does that conversation result in a quest. But when it does result in a quest, you're like, okay, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's in my quest log. I may or may not do it.
Yeah.
Ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
with The Witcher, like you step into a new area and every NPC just gets like a quest marker on them.
Yeah, see, that would be overwhelming for me as a gamer.
That's what happened to him. That like Witcher was a little too dense.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, like I like the and I mean, I know that there are people out there who like that kind of stuff. I totally get that. Like, I mean, obviously, like Stardew Valley is this highly acclaimed game that is like incredibly famous and everybody loves it, or a lot of people love it anyways. I think wasn't it that a while ago they had officially sold like 20 million copies of Stardew Valley or something like that, and they were celebrating. I think that's a thing. But like, and I get it that like there are people who love that kind of stuff and really genuinely enjoy it. And they like the idea of like, oh, but it's providing this sense of realism. Like, like you're not going to be able to go out in real life and do absolutely everything. It's like, yeah, I get that, but I don't play games to like live real life. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. I might try to play Stardew Valley again, but it gets to a point of where it gets so intimidating that I just drop it, and I'm like, this, I can't. It's too scary. It scares me. I like stuff that is more like what we were saying, like with Skyrim, which is like, yeah, there's a lot of things going on, but it moves in a natural state of progression. You never feel like that you're missing something by doing something else. So, but yeah, that might be when Chocolatier comes out. I will probably wait because I know that, like, I can tell you right now, when Haunted Chocolatier comes out, there's going to be a ton of people playing it on YouTube. I can promise you that.
Yeah, that's one Cinder's going to play.
Yeah. Hey, Cinder Shadow, who's not listening to this podcast, you're probably going to play Haunted Chocolatier, aren't you? But yeah, I know that there's going to be a lot of people playing Haunted Chocolatier, and that's great because what that will do is that will give me a chance to watch some other people play it so that I can formulate an opinion about it before I actually try to go out and buy it myself. So,
yeah, I'll watch Cinder struggle to play it.
Hell yeah.
Because he's not good at playing games.
It's funny because it's true.
Epic gamer.
Hell yeah. It's actually funny because now I'm thinking of like, when was the last time that I watched Cinder Shadow play a game that I felt like he was genuinely good at?
I mean, he's reasonably good at Minecraft, except for he doesn't play Minecraft the way you play it, so you guys are at odds with each other.
Yeah.
Like he plays Minecraft like I've almost started playing Corekeeper.
Yeah. Well, so like Cinder Shadow, when it comes to Minecraft, like Cinder Shadow is a person who, and I gotta give him credit for it because I don't do this, and I find it impressive that he can do this. Cinder Shadow, when it comes to Minecraft, is he wants to see all the new stuff. He wants to see all the new stuff. He wants to experience it. He wants to like go out and fight the big bad boss. He wants to get all the rare items.
He's the guy. He's the guy who plays Skyrim and only plays storyline quests.
Yeah, or like also like when the DLC comes out, he'll play all the DLC. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I'd agree with that. Yeah, so I mean, that's his thing, but also what happens is, and I've talked with him about this and he knows, like once he does all that stuff, which is, by the way, an impressive feat. Like, let me tell you, like he's done so much stuff in Minecraft that I have actually never done before. Specifically with like fighting bosses and collecting rare items. That's pretty impressive. 'Cause some of that stuff is really incredibly difficult to get. But like the thing is that once he has it, he's done. He's done. Like he's like, like he'll build like a little hole in the mountain and with, some chests laying on the floor. And for some reason, he likes building villager farms a lot. He'll just like trap a bunch of villagers in like a hole in the wall and then breed them in like really unsafe and unsanitary ways that like PETA would probably have to, get on his case about at some point. So like his thing is he'll build a base in the side of a mountain. He'll lay a bunch of chests on the floor. He'll build a villager breeder. He'll collect all the rare items. He'll collect all the rare items and do all the new stuff. And then once he's done those things that I just listed off, he's done playing.
He's done playing until the next major update.
Yes, that's exactly right.
I mean, but to be perfectly honest, that's kind of, so he kind of almost treats Minecraft the way like experienced WoW players treat WoW.
I guess. I mean, I've played a little bit of World of Warcraft, but I never got super deep into it.
So a lot of your players who just aren't like lifetime like WoW players. There's the people who just play like who are so addicted to WoW they just got to be logged in all the time.
Yeah,
and then there's people who are like, oh, there's a new update. Okay, well we'll experience new content. Okay, well then I experienced new content. All right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a new set of purples that I've got to grab. Okay, I got the new equipment rank.
Right. New boss, new armor, get the stuff, kill the boss, done until the next update. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty standard stuff. Like definitely.
New raid, join raids, get all your equipment.
Yeah.
Done.
Yep. I'm more of like, I like to do my own kind of weird thing.
You have a pretty heavy design eye.
Yeah. I mean, like, because like Minecraft for me is, I just like building things and I get really weird ideas and then I want to bring those ideas to life. And then, depending on what's going on, I usually do or don't. But that's more dedicated to Minecraft. If I'm like, I thought it was interesting that you brought up World of Warcraft. Because I mean, I have played MMOs and I play MMOs a little bit differently as well than just doing the newest update or whatever. Like I like to do weird things where it's like for example,
married.
I do get married in MMOs sometimes. I've had three wives.
And all of them were dudes.
I mean,
girl has an actual real meaning.
Without getting into too much detail, two of the wives that I had sent me photos. So,
okay,
yeah. But anyways,
I mean, I could Google goth chick as well.
Sure. You know what? I'll just live that life. You know what? If they were dudes, that's super hot and that's super okay. I'll be that guy. That's fine.
Oh Yeah, there's no. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with kissing dudes.
Oh yeah, like I'm not saying I'm gay or nothing, but that's kind of gay. It's all good. I don't give a shit.
I don't want to sound queer. I don't want to sound queer or nothing, but I think Depeche Mode's a pretty sweet band.
Yeah, I don't want to sound queer or nothing, but I'd put it in his butt.
Yep.
Come on, man. Hey, and by the way, Depeche Mode's great. Anyways, moving on.
Speaking of putting it in her pooper.
Depeche Mode made you think of that? That's hot. That's hot.
No, you said put it in her pooper.
Yeah, absolutely. Put it in the butthole.
I want to congratulate Mike and Carly Hatcher. They got married today.
That is probably hands down the single greatest segue I've ever heard in my entire life. Speaking of buttholes, congratulations, Mike Hatcher and Carly Hatcher. We're so proud of you for getting married.
No, like in all seriousness, I still consider, like, even though like things have kind of drifted apart over the past year or so, things have happened when he streams. I'm kind of doing other things.
I saw you in the stream tonight.
He's like, I got married. I'm like, oh shit, that finally happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to show up. I'm going to say congratulations. Carly looked lovely.
She did. She looked great. Did you see her pictures on Twitter today?
I did see her pictures on Twitter today.
She looked stunning. Holy shit. Yeah. She looked amazing. I'm not even exaggerating on that. She looked amazing. Yeah, no,
she wifeyed up hardcore.
Yeah, she looked great.
But yeah, so no, in all seriousness, congratulations to those two. It's a long time coming.
Yeah.
And I'm super glad that, that they have each other and they make each other happy. And my standard, toast for a newlywed couple is, put it in her pooper.
That's hot. That's hot, man. That's hot. I can dig it. Yeah, man.
The advice my dad gave me, but sex is wild and it don't make no child.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. That's something, actually, it's really funny.
My dad is also kind of a dick.
That's like, that's a thing like that me and my friends used to joke about, and like we still joke about sometimes today. It's like, oh yeah, like, yeah, man, I put it in her butt. Like, hell yeah. Like, yeah, dude. And he's like, dude, like, I've even had this this conversation with some of like my friends in the past where they'd be like, oh yeah, dude, like I'm so into this girl right now, and like I think I want to get together with her, and I'd be like, oh yeah, dude, go shoot, dude, put it in her butt, man. That's fine.
Yeah,
go for it, bro. Like, come on.
That'll be a podcast episode.
Man, I hope somebody clips that.
Yeah. That's a future podcast episode.
What, put it in her butt?
Would you put it in her butt?
Oh, hell yeah. Every time, dude. Come on. It's like, the correct answer is yes. Like, when and where, Congratulations, Michael and Carly. We're so proud of you. We love you guys.
Yeah, congratulations. Mazel tov.
Dude, I love our podcast.
So anyway,
some Corekeeper, bro. What about that Corekeeper, man?
Oh no, you got me hooked on it. Like I was playing, and I let Xavier play for a while just so that the game would be running.
Yeah, sure.
Because the thing that I actually hate the most right now is the fact that the game is not persistent.
Yeah, like in other words, like time stops when you log off.
Yeah, like you quit, time stops.
Yeah. So, is that for the server that you bought too, or that you set up or whatever?
I don't know. I haven't. I set it up. Made you an admin, and I hadn't touched it yet because I kind of wanted, to get as many players in as possible to kind of just like be like, okay, everybody, we're in the server.
Got it.
We've got to find the slime boss, and we need to find the clay biome.
Right.
Not necessarily in that order. All right, everybody, pick a direction and go.
Excuse me. Sorry, I let out a very loud burp.
Yeah. Like, everybody pick a direction and go.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so as a matter of fact, Corekeeper is currently running in the background.
I believe you. I know you. I know the things you do.
Yeah, no, if you look on Discord, you can probably see that I'm playing Corekeeper.
You probably are.
Oh, I'm not playing it actively. My character is actually sleeping in his bed right now.
I'm just waiting for the mold to kill you again. It's gonna happen. Just wait.
Oh yeah, no, like, well, dude, after the podcast, come on over and you could watch me get my butt smacked.
It's kind of hot. All right, maybe.
Because there's gonna be like 7 whip fines. And they're gonna stun lock me.
Like I said, I haven't seen any of the stuff with the mold, so I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea.
You sort of did. I mean, you traveled to Azur's Wilderness with me in my game.
Well, I remember we got to a point where we came across a wall that we couldn't break open, and like there was something behind it, and you were like, "Oh yeah, we do not want to go over there."
Yeah. That was the mold sub biome.
Okay.
You saw the monster. You're like, oh dear God, what is that? I'm like, yeah, we don't want to be over there right now.
Okay. Yeah, but that's the only experience I've had with it. I haven't like seen it up in like full person or anything like that. Like I haven't been completely immersed in it yet. So that was the only experience I've had with it. But yeah, I'm kind of curious. I mean, I might like hop on so that you could show me what you want to show me because I'm curious. But I don't know if I'll be playing it tonight. We shall see.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I'll play it to check it out, and then I'm probably going to be a weeb tonight and watch a bunch of anime because I'm super behind on all the anime that I normally watch. So.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
You're my weeby little weeb who weebs a weeb.
Yep. I've been watching some pretty bad animes lately. There's one that like keeps getting worse and worse, but I still keep watching it, and I don't know why.
You're watching One Piece.
Oh God, you wouldn't catch me dead watching One Piece. Ugh, how dare you? How dare you? Listen,
I say shit to get a rise from you because I'm a dick.
One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach are 3 animes that I will never ever watch in my lifetime. I will never watch them.
Yeah,
I get it. You can't.
I get it. Hey, they're shit animes, but they're really super mainstream, and you're kind of a hipster. So
yeah, But you know what? Like the thing is I'm proud to be a hipster enough to like not watch those ones. Like that's like where I'm like, you know what? If you want to call me a hipster because I won't watch Naruto, Bleach, or One Piece, then I'm totally fine with that because you will not catch me dead watching those.
Yeah, I will wear that badge of honor, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I kind of wish I hadn't watched any Naruto.
Oh, Naruto's terrible. It's terrible.
Like Naruto's almost as bad as Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh's funny. But like, oh man, like Yu-Gi-Oh is like one of those. It's like watching Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, and mind you, I don't watch it anymore. I watched it as a kid, and then I thought it would be funny to come back and watch a couple episodes when I was older, and I did. But then I never came back again after like a few. Watching Yu-Gi-Oh is like watching Mystery Science Theater 3000. Like, it's so hilariously terrible. Like, it's like actually funny to watch how bad it is.
It's like terrible to the point of being camp.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And the thing is like Yu-Gi-Oh is like the Yu-Gi-Oh anime is quite possibly the most Japanese. Like, it's so Japanese.
Yeah.
That I don't even think Japanese people get it. It's like because you can tell when a story when a story or an anime is like really like hits that like some of the Japanese trope roots.
Right. I know exactly what you mean.
Like
yeah.
like
they're filling out a checklist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you could really tell when an anime goes into their checklist and goes check, check, check.
Did we make them, eat onigiri? We did? Okay, check that one off.
Check, yeah, there we go. That's like, but Naruto is like, it's like checklist the anime.
I mean, I guess. I mean, like, I remember I watched it a little bit when I was really young, and I don't like I didn't even watch like it in any particular order. Like it's not like I was like, okay, I'm going to start in season 1 and then make my way through. I just watched I remember as a young teenager watching like I don't know, like something like 4 or 5 episodes of Naruto at like random times. And I was like,
you mean Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah. Well, I think you said Naruto, but Yu-Gi-Oh was different. I was going to say I thought you were talking about Naruto for a second there, but
okay, no. I've never actually watched any Naruto.
Okay. It's not very good, so don't worry, you're not missing anything. But Yu-Gi-Oh is like oh man, like watching go in you know what, just for funsies. I mean, I'm not going to tell Lettuce to do this, but if any of the listeners are interested, just go and watch the first episode of the very first season of Yu-Gi-Oh. And if you're not laughing your ass off because of how hilariously terrible it is, I don't know. It was so funny to me because that's what I did was I was at one point I watched the first episode and it's so over the top ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
It's something else.
Yeah, it's really funny. Cuz they do this whole storyline about him trying to save his grandfather and Kaiba steals his grandfather's precious card, which is Blue Eyes White Dragon or whatever. And so he kidnaps his grandfather and steals the card. And there's a moment where at some point something happens and his grandfather is dying, but his grandfather's not really dying. And then they get into a battle and his grandfather's perfectly okay. He's not dying anymore. it's so ridiculous.
I got better.
Yeah, he's just magically okay. And then at the end, it's because the whole thing was his grandfather was kidnapped, but then they get to the very end and it's nothing ever happened. It's as if his grandfather was okay the whole time. His grandfather was never actually abducted, and I don't think they even get the card back either. I think if I remember correctly, Kaiba keeps it, but even though he wins the battle or something, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's just you get to the end and you're just what did I watch? What happened? Who's the bad guy? What happened to the grandfather? Why is the grandfather okay? Why is Yu-Gi-Oh okay with Kaiba taking the card? What happened? What did I watch? It's so funny. Oh. But yeah, I don't think I personally will go back to it. I saw the one episode and it was really funny and I'm I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Oh man. But yeah, I've been actually falling behind on anime. I've been trying to keep up with a few different series. There's I've been watching one that we had a whole episode dedicated to Shield Hero where I was crying about trying to understand why Rishia was in a fursuit. Did I ever tell you? Oh, God.
Having never watched that anime, I correctly figured it out.
Yeah. Did I tell you that I actually had somebody who contacted me and he's I can tell you exactly why Rishia is in a fursuit. And they're just it's because she has confidence issues. And I'm I mean, all right. Like, I mean, but like they never explain that. I'm sure that at some point that was somehow important, but they never explain it. And then the whole thing with that show right now is that for anybody who doesn't know, Shield Hero season 2 is being released, and it is a train wreck. Like it is not good. Like season 1 was really good, and then season 2 is a goddamn train wreck. And like the whole thing that everybody's freaking out about is because apparently I don't read the manga of Shield Hero. So I don't really know about this, but I've heard people talking about it a lot on YouTube as well as on Twitter. And the whole thing is apparently between season 1 and season 2. Okay. There are apparently 2 arcs that occur between season 1 and season 2 in the manga series. So it's like at the end of season 1 of the anime, which is like the end of the first arc in the manga. And then apparently there are literally 2 complete stories that occur in the manga, and the anime skipped those 2 gigantic complete stories and went straight to the 4th story. So season 2 is technically season 4 in the manga. So like when you start watching season 2, nothing makes any sense. Like nothing. Like there's no context for anything that's happening. Like there's a whole but like, Rishia joins in and she's in a fursuit. And apparently the explanation for why Rishia is in a fursuit is explained in like season 2 or season 3 of the manga. But you don't get to know that because they don't want to explain it in the second season of the anime. And then like there's a whole thing with like the other major characters that suddenly disappear, but you don't get to know why those characters disappear because that's part of the 3rd season of the manga, which is not explained in season 2 of the anime. And it's just like, guys, just what? Why? I don't like. Why? Why did you skip all these other things? Like, it sounds like they were important. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know what you thought you were doing by skipping them. And it sounds like that.
I know why they skipped it.
Why? Why do you think?
Because you. That's why.
Okay, I figured it would probably be something like that. I mean, I don't really care, honestly. Like, I mean, I haven't, I've been watching it and just being like, okay, this episode's terrible. Okay, this episode's terrible. And I'm just like going through the motions with it. But I mean, at the same time, like, it's like, oh, well, you should read the manga. And I'm like, I think I'm good. I think after this season, I'm done with Shield Hero. I don't think I need to come back to it anymore. I'm at the point where it's like, when you're like, you're so deep into it, you're like, well, I guess I might as well just go ahead and finish it. Like, I'm not really.
That's a sunk cost fallacy I don't make with anime.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at with Shield Hero. I'm just like, I'm just going to go ahead and finish it. And I'll probably like never, like like if they do a season 3, I'll probably skip it. Like I'll probably skip that. But I honestly, like, it's such a major failure right now. I don't think that I'm not even sure they'll be able to have like a season 3 at this point. So it's whatever.
I mean, maybe. The Simpsons is still going, and I have no idea how that happens.
Yeah, but they went for years with success, though. Like, they had like a lot of seasons. Like Shield Hero has 1 season to its name of success.
Yeah. The Simpsons have been going on for like over 25 years. Yeah. They had 10 good years.
Yeah, exactly.
They had 10 good years. They're going on 15 years of suck.
But the point is that like that's like 9 years longer than the success of Shield Hero. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand, but I'm just saying, if things have such a short leash onto failure, like the Simpsons have been bad for longer than they were ever good.
I guess. Yeah. Well, I mean, at this point, it's practically like I would almost see it as like The Simpsons is just like, like, well, we can't not run it. It's a tradition at this point, or something like that. Like, and
They
they
canceled
probably,
cheer. They canceled Cheers.
yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't like, I mean, at that point, I don't know how deep that goes. Like, like I'm sure that we could start bringing up, a huge variety of different kinds of television shows, and try and compare them and look at stats or something like that, I guess. But I don't know.
Firefly was good and it got canceled.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, I guess. I don't know. It's the anime world is weirdly complicated. It's weirdly complicated. Um, like,
It just, I mean, it looks, and to an outside observer like myself, it looks like they just kind of make what they want to make.
well, I mean, so what's really interesting is that I mean, it functions in a lot of weird ways, but like one of the ways that it primarily works these days is usually, I mean, it used to be different in the older days, but the rate of progression of how a lot of anime works now is you have a writer, and like that writer is writing what we call light novels, right? And then what they do is they're writing literally they're just short books, like they're like 168 pages or something like that. That's usually the size, the range of a light novel, which is pretty short.
Yeah.
And usually what happens is in the process of writing a light novel, you hire a artist to do, I don't know, like 3 or 4 splash pages. Like you do like a couple of like full page renderings of one really major scene of like your story. So like you would have like, if there's like a scene where like a really sexy scene, you would have an artist depict one of the splash pages as that really sexy scene. If you have like a really epic fight scene, you might have the artist do like a one splash page of like that really epic fight scene. So you have 168 pages for a light novel with like 4 or 5 illustrations or something like that. And then you sell those books in that particular style and hope that your story is good enough that it gets popular. So then what happens is you start selling those books, and sometimes it also goes in the rate of like web comics too. Like sometimes it's not, like you have to decide whether you're trying to sell it in paper or sell it digitally, or if you're even doing like, if you're also like a an artist yourself, then maybe you're doing web comics. So that kind of goes on for a while, and some people never make it out of that. So, but what happens is usually to get into the proper progression into anime, you have a story, it gets really popular, it starts taking off, you're selling lots and lots of books, and people are buying them in large amounts on a regular basis. So then you get a manga deal. So you get an offer, and basically the publisher basically says you're making enough money and you're popular enough that we can now offer you a manga deal, which is they're going to hire, a special artist to basically tell your stories and depict them all with pictures and dialogue only. So you'd remove all of like the detail of the writing. And then obviously if you're like, and this is where it gets a little weird. This is the part where it gets a little strange, is sometimes your anime deal can happen at the same time that your manga deal can happen. So like sometimes like your books are so damn big that you get offered a manga deal like 1 month, and then the next month you get offered an anime deal. But sometimes not. That's not the case. Sometimes you end up like writing your books, because you don't stop writing the light novels when your manga's going. So you're releasing the light novels continuously, and then the mangas are being written separately at the same time, but they're still following the progression of the light novels. So usually you'll be, 9 or 10 volumes in on your light novel series, but your manga is still only on volume 1 or volume 2. And then, depending on how popular those get, eventually you either get the anime deal right away or you get the anime deal after a certain runtime of the manga series itself. And I mean, there's also different kinds of ways. Like sometimes you're just a great, sometimes you're a good storyteller and an illustrator. So you end up never doing the light novel path and you're just doing mangas, and then you get laid in an anime deal. But usually you have to either start with light novels or start with manga or move your way into manga before you ever make that anime deal. So it's usually all about the publishers and the writers first. And then eventually it moves up into like a studio or something like that. It wants to, buy your anime, or buy the rights to do, your story as an animation. And, there's all sorts of different ways that it can happen, but that's lately been the most common route of progression, is how I kind of explained it. And I actually learned all that from watching an anime. I watched an anime not too long ago that was literally, in fact, I think I told you about it a few podcasts ago, but I was watching an anime that was literally a slice of life story that was all about a light novel writer who slowly, makes his way through becoming a popular light novelist and then getting an offer for a manga deal. And then supposedly it would progress into an anime deal in the future. So that's kind of how I learned all that stuff. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. And I honestly have been trying to learn a little bit more because I've been wanting to actually do videos talking about that stuff. So, yeah. That might be something I do in the near future for content on my channel. No promises, though. I'm still working on it. But now you know. Now you know.
Yep.
So I talked your ear off about anime. So Corekeeper, huh? Like that Corekeeper?
How about that Corekeeper?
About that Corekeeper.
It's a fun game. I'll definitely have to show you around just so that you can actually see what it is that you get yourself into.
Is it the new server, or are we still playing on your little personal world?
Yeah, you'll have to start. Well, I mean, yeah, my server hasn't had a single thing broken.
Okay, right.
Yeah, the server still is in its virginal state.
Gotcha.
And we'll stay that way until we do an event with the Discord players.
Sure. And like, also, I should say that this is a good opportunity for any of you guys who may be interested in playing Corekeeper with the Imaginary Boys. Leave comments down below. Get on the Discord server. We have like a gaming chat on the Habanero gaming server. So you can go in there and let us know if you've picked up Corekeeper and if you want to join us and things like that. We're still taking new players and things like that. So let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned something today that I wish I had known earlier.
Okay.
Apparently, Konami is releasing like a collection of 13 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games.
I think I've heard about that.
Yeah, to Steam and the current consoles.
Interesting. Are you excited about that?
I kind of am.
Yeah.
Because Xavier has gotten really interested in playing computer games with me.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that kind of throws that away is the computer games are not very single couch multiplayer friendly.
Okay.
Because nothing since the N64 era or GameCube era has been a single couch multiplayer friendly.
Right. Man, GoldenEye, right?
I mean, I guess the Wii is also a single couch multiplayer system.
Sure.
So I've been kind of resorting to playing emulated GameCube and Wii games on my computer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One game that I kind of got him on was Dokapon Kingdom.
Yeah, yeah. I saw your super cute photo on. I think it was either Twitter or
Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah, Facebook.
Facebook. I posted that because so his mom could see it.
Yeah.
As his mom and I played Dokapon Kingdom when it came out for the Wii,
Uh huh.
and that was something that we did for a while. But it was very contentious because it's basically
Isn't it super competitive?
it can be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which you would think a game that's like Mario Party without the rubber banding and instead of mini games you're playing rock paper scissors
Yeah.
wouldn't be that competitive, but you would be wrong. That game is a friendship ender.
Yeah, I mean, hell, Mario Party's a friendship ender. Hell, Monopoly's a friendship ender.
Yeah, Monopoly's a friendship ender. I don't know why you still like me after the railing you got.
Hey, bro, you want to play some Monopoly, by the way?
No.
Okay, all right.
Maybe, I don't know.
All right.
I yeah, no, I don't know. Definitely not tonight. I don't have 3 hours to put it in you.
No, hell no. I'm not playing Monopoly tonight. That's psychotic.
Yeah, don't have the 3 hours.
My brain can't handle Monopoly right now. There's no way.
So yeah, no, so it's coming to Steam at some point in this year, and I've wishlisted it. I was like,
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game.
Yeah, there's actually 2 of them coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a game that's kind of like the retro arcade.
Isn't the really famous one called Turtles in Time or something like that?
Yeah, well, that's one of them. There's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, which is pretty popular in and of itself, and then the second popular arcade game is Turtles in Time.
Yeah, that's the one that I remember. I remember that one being a big deal.
But those are single player. But those are single couch multiplayer games.
Yeah. It's basically arcade style brawler. Move to the right and kill everything in your path with like pretty decent boss fights and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and the environments were really cool too.
Yeah, like he liked playing the Scott Pilgrim game.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That came out on the Switch.
Yeah,
and we could single couch multiplayer of that. So we did that for a little bit. So I think he might like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games. I don't know if he knows about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, he'll probably love them.
But yeah, it's something that we could do together. So I'm kind of excited because the first arcade game and Turtles in Time, both of them were pretty good experiences.
Yeah. I just remember Turtles in Time. I remember that being pretty fun. So that's good that they're re-releasing it and making it available to people, because I'm sure that it'll probably be pretty successful. Whew. But yeah, so oh boy, I am thinking, what do you think about we should maybe wrap this one up? I feel pretty talked out, homie.
Yeah, me too.
But considering
we're gonna wrap it up like my catcher before putting it in the pooper.
Getting some of that butthole action. That's the way to go. Go ahead and it's all good, buddy. Put in her butt. Put in her butt.
The butthole surfers.
Dude, I used to love their music. I used to love the Butthole Surfers. Like, I loved, obviously, everybody loves what's it called? I had it on the Pepper. That was the famous one that they did.
Yeah, Pepper is the big one that everybody got. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, everybody knows Pepper. I don't mind the sun sometimes. The image it shows. I can taste it on my lips and feel it,
smell it in my
clothes. It's in my clothes. It's
and
softly
softly
spoken
spoken
lies.
lies.
You never know just how you look
Look
through other
through other
people's.
people's eyes.
Yep,
Yep.
yep. Coming like an avalanche coming down the mountain. But another song that I actually really love by them that not very many people knew about was they did a really good single on the Spawn album called Rubber Band. Did you ever hear that song?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. That was another song by the Butthole Surfers that I really liked. It was great. By the way, I'm really nervous, Mr. Lettuce. We sang that song pitch perfectly. So we might have trouble uploading this episode because we might get copyright strike.
Yeah,
Because
that
of
actually needs to be it. That probably
yeah.
needs to. You probably need to garble the shit out of that.
Yeah, we were too pitch perfect. So whatever version of that song that you guys just now heard, keep in mind that I had to edit it super duper heavily because me and Lettuce just now sang it absolutely pitch perfect, beautiful. So I had to heavily edit it the way that you heard it just now, because we were too perfect.
Get on that, future Habs.
Yeah, definitely. Whoosh, whoosh.
We can't get no copyright strikes from the Butthole Surfers.
Absolutely none. Absolutely none. I demand that we do not get copyright strikes. No bueno. But anyways, let's wrap it up, my wonderful, sexy, good friend, Mr. Lettuce. Thank you everybody for coming in, listening to this. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. Congratulations, Mike and Carly. It's been a hectic week if you think about it. It's been pretty crazy. But anyways, thank you guys all so much for listening to this. If you haven't already, please hit that like button if you enjoyed this. Maybe think about subscribing if you're brand new here. I feel like mostly it's regulars, but you know what? Just for the sake of saying it, if you're brand new here and you had a good time, please subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit the notification bell. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Tell us if you're joining us for Corekeeper or whatever, you know. And check in the description below for all the wonderful links such as PayPal, Streamlabs. Check out the Teespring merch. Lots of new merch coming out and also working on more designs.
Kick-ass new shirt dropped.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm really proud of it.
That is a good shirt.
Yeah, thank you. I'm also thinking about doing a new Imaginary Boys design soon, so keep an eye out for that, everybody. God only knows when the hell it's going to come out, but I am going to work on it, I promise, because that's something I genuinely want to do. And wonderful shout out to the amazing Patreon members, which include Bo Falcon, Fishhook Enterprises, James P, the lovely, lovely Miss Rebecca, as well as Scorpageist. You guys are amazing. You guys treat me so well. Pretty much every single person that I just now named off from the Patreon list has wished me a happy birthday. So thank you guys so much for all the support you guys give me, whether it's monetary or whether it's just, you know, supporting me as the wonderful listeners and viewers of my content. You guys rock, seriously. Thank you so much. And I think that's pretty much it, my good friend, Mr. Lettuce. So, you know, let's go ahead and give them what they want. We have been the Imaginary Boys. Good night.